Real quick, I want to talk about a little bit about some college football things as it pertains to the ACC. We know how big a start it is, how really for the entirety of the league. But the ACC's got three teams, maybe a fourth, that could be in line for a playoff spot. Actually, I saw Louisville in many cases listed as the ACC's second playoff team. That would be exceptional if Louisville is part of that. But I think the top three are Clemson, SMU, and Miami. And they each have what I believe are, obstacles in the opening part of the season. Obviously, Clemson opens with LSU. I also think the game at Georgia Tech in Week 3, not going to be a breeze. Georgia Tech is going to be that team, meaning that's the one that's going to screw it up for somebody. They were the first team that screwed it up for Miami. Man, they nearly screwed it up for Georgia. It's a game that the Yellow Jackets absolutely should have won. Clemson also has the game at South Carolina at the very end. But I'm talking about at the beginning of the season. Clemson, LSU, a big one. SMU's got to play Baylor. Baylor, a lot of people I have seen have made them the favorites to win the Big 12. That's a big test for SMU, a club that didn't play a great non-conference schedule a year ago. I think I played BYU in Week 2 and lost that game, right? And Miami opens with Notre Dame. If the ACC can have their best teams do well in big-time non-conference games, it was probably 3 weeks ago where I made a list of the games just in the opening week. Now, SMU Baylor is in Week 2. And in the opening week, I talked about the non-conference games that the league has to win. Well, I'm not going to put Miami, Notre Dame as Miami has to win because that would be assigning maybe a little bit more importance to what Miami is than is proper. But if Miami beats Notre Dame to start the season, and then in Week 4, at home beats Florida, we are talking about a team that will have a very good chance of getting deep into October when they play at Louisville as an undefeated team. Miami's schedule's pretty tough. They have trips to, it's not at Louisville, it's home against Louisville, but at Florida State that's a rivalry game, you never know. At SMU, and we all know that Pittsburgh is always a problem for somebody too, and Pittsburgh's got good players. But Clemson, SMU, and Miami all have difficult games early, and that's where the ACC will needs those teams to win. You're not going to win them all, but you have to win enough to establish that your league is not, they're no good. Cannot have Clemson getting blown out by Georgia last year. Can't have that. ACC's got to be better, and their best teams have to be better because then it helps to assign value to the rest of the league. And North Carolina plays a role in that, as does NC State, as does Georgia Tech with their first game of the season at Colorado. Don't lose that game.